What this nib is called as filament. This nib is called as filament. This is the plate pre. To this plate and filament other edge, I connected power supply. To this, I connected power supply. From this filamented plate, rays is falling on a target material. Here, target material is taken. If it is falling on the single crystal target material C, what happens here? Using this experiments, electrons is producing. Electrons అనేది వచ్చి టార్గెట్ మెటీరియల్ పైన పడతాయి. ఫ్రమ్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి టార్గెట్ మెటీరియల్ నుంచి పడ్డాక ఏమవుతుంది? ద బీమ్ అనేది బీమ్ అనేది రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఏదైతే బీమ్ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అయిందో వీఆర్ కలెక్టింగ్ దట్ వన్ యూజింగ్ మూవబుల్ డిటెక్టర్. సో ఇన్ దిస్ డయాగ్రామ్, దిస్ పార్ట్ is called as what? Movable detector. This part is movable detector. సో ఆర్ ఏంటి? రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ బీమ్. ఏదైతే మనకి సింగిల్ క్రిస్టల్ పైన పడుతుంది కదా, సింగిల్ క్రిస్టల్ పైన పడ్డాక ఇది రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో మనకి ఇంతకు ఏం ఫాలో అవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని ఫాల్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఎక్కడ? ఒక ఫిలమెంట్ పైన. ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఫాల్ చేయడానికి నేను ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గన్ సెటప్ ని యూజ్ చేశాను. ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గన్ నుంచి వచ్చి ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేది ప్లేట్ పైన పడుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ప్లేట్ పైన పడ్డప్పటి నుంచి ఇవి ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది. ఎక్కడ? ఈ బీమ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేది సింగిల్ క్రిస్టల్ అండ్ ప్లేన్ పైన ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది. ఇక ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ వచ్చి సింగిల్ క్రిస్టల్ ప్లేన్ పైన ఇన్సిడెంట్ అయ్యి బ్యాక్ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో అనదర్ స్ట్రక్చరల్ డయాగ్రామ్స్, ద సేమ్ స్ట్రక్చరల్ డయాగ్రామ్ ఐ విల్ షో. ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గన్ ఉంది. అదర్ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గన్ మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏముంది? ఫిలమెంట్ ఉంది. ఈ ఫిలమెంట్ కి ప్లేట్ పి ఉంది. ఇక్కడ నేను పవర్ సప్లై కనెక్షన్ ఇచ్చిన. ఫ్రమ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ గన్ నుంచి ద ప్లేట్ కి పవర్ సప్లై కనెక్షన్. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది బీమ్. ఎక్కడ ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది? టార్గెట్ మెటీరియల్ పైన ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది. ఈ టార్గెట్ మెటీరియల్ పైన ఇన్సిడెంట్ అయ్యి అది ఆ బీమ్ అనేది మళ్ళీ రిఫ్రాక్టెడ్ అయిపోతుంది. రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ బీమ్ అనేది రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ బీమ్ అవుతుంది. దాన్ని మనము యూజింగ్ మూవింగ్ డిటెక్టర్, యూజింగ్ మూవింగ్ డిటెక్టర్ తోటి కలెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నమాట. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ which experiment? Description of the experiment trial with. This experiment is called Davison and Carmarth experiment. ఇప్పుడు ఇందులో డిస్క్రిప్షన్ చూద్దాం. What is the filament is made with which material? Filament is made with tungsten material. It is heated electrically. The emitted electrons are accelerated by potential difference V. మనకు యాక్సిలరేట్ అవుతూ వస్తున్నాయి అనమాట. ఏదైతే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ వస్తున్నాయో ఫిలమెంట్ నుంచి అవి యాక్సిలరేట్ అవుతూ ప్లేట్ పైన ఇమ్మర్షన్ అవుతున్నాయి. అండ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎమర్జింగ్ విత్ కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వోల్ట్. ద కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ ఇక్కడ ఎంత తీసుకుంటున్నాం? ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వోల్ట్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫైన్ ప్యారలల్ పెన్సిల్. సో నాట్ బల్క్ గా ఎట్ ఏ టైం వస్తలేవు అవి మనకు ఆ ఫిలమెంట్ నుంచి. ఒక పెన్సిల్ మోడల్ షార్ప్ గా వస్తున్నాయి. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, సింగిల్ ఉందా మల్టిపుల్ ఉందా? ఇక్కడ whatever the rays it is coming in single sharp like pencil structure rays you are getting like this. Not bulk of rays is coming sharp single line parallel rays are coming from here. Single parallel rays are coming from here in the form of parallel pencil. This arrangement acts as an electron gun. The beam travels in a free space and falls normal, and the single nickel crystal, whatever the target material is there, that is of material made of nickel, and the whole setup is kept in vacuum chamber, and a movable detector is using to collect the reflected electrons. To collect reflected electrons, what I am using? A movable detector is used. This is the setup introduction. Next. So this is electrons is falling and collecting. Whatever the electrons we collected, electrons of the lower energy from the entering into the detector is kept at particular angle. So here I'm checking for how much intensity on what angle, what is the intensity of the wave. Whatever the output I will get, the wave intensity is maximum. Across theta equal to 50 degrees. Across theta equal to 50 degrees, the wave is maximum. So one side I'm taking the intensity or also called as collector current with different angles. Where the intensity is maximum here across 50 degrees. The voltage is 54. Here I am taking voltage. Here the voltage is across 55 degrees. It has maximum intensity across 55 degrees. Now using this Bragg spectrometer formula and substituting the graph. After graph, what we have? The wavelength is calculated for 54 electric volt. Whatever the wavelength is 1.64 angstroms. Where we are getting maximum scattering is possible across 50 degrees. So total it is 50 degrees. We are getting maximum peak. What is the meaning? Angle of incident equal to 25 degrees. Angle of reflection equal to 25 degrees. That is mentioned here. Incline at 25 degrees to the surface of the crystal. Angle of reflection is angle of incidence. Ikkada incidence ఎంత ఉంది? Angle of incidence is 25 degrees. Angle of reflection is also 25 degrees. Total is 50 degrees. Here I am calculating the distance equal to 2.15 into any one of the incident angle or reflected angle. Sine 25 I am taking. By calculating what I am getting, distance d is equal to 0.915 angstroms. 0.915 angstrom. Again from Bragg's formula. What is Bragg formula? N lambda equal to 2d sine theta. Here I am taking n equal to 1. Then what you will get? Lambda equal to 2 times of d into sine theta. Here I am taking d as 0.915 angstroms and theta I am choosing as a 90 degrees minus 25 degrees. 90 degrees minus 25 degrees, how much you will get? 65 degrees. This 65 degrees is the value of theta. 65 degrees is the angle of theta. Now substituting all these in the formula. What is the formula? The formula is a lambda equal to 2d sine theta. Substitute in this. After substituting in this, what we'll get after substituting in this? Lambda is equals to 2 times of d. How much d we got? 0.915 angstroms into sine 65 into sine of 65 degrees. Then we will get lambda equal to 1.67 angstroms. What we calculated? We calculated the final wavelength of the electrons beam which is reflected. Incident ఏమో 25%. Reflected ఎంత? 25%. Total ఎంత తీసుకున్నాం? Total angle is 50 degrees. So the close arrangement between the calculated and predicted and observed wavelengths of the electron beam is clearly established that it has a related to the de Broglie wave matter waves. So finally we calculated lambda value. Lambda equal to 1.67 angstrom. So what is this topic? What we discussed in this topic? This topic is about what? This topic is about Davidson Garmer experiment we discussed. This is completed. Next one is Thomson and Reed experiment. So after performing this Davision and Garmer performed experiment after 1 year, J.P. Thomson and D.A. Reid made another experiment using high energy electrons produced in a discharge tube. This discharge tube is maintained at low pressure and voltage is applied to this tube around 10,000 to 6,000, 60,000 volts, which is shown in the figure. So what is this one actually? What is the diagram here? After doing that experiment, after 1 year, this experiment is performed. Here, high energetic electrons are producing from here. High energetic electrons are producing from here. This is metal foil. What is the full form of MF? Already is given in the textbook. MF is metal coil. Here cathode rays are produced and this part is acts as a anode. A అనేది anode. ఇక్కడ ఇది ఉందో ఈ పార్ట్ ఏంటి మనకి యానోడ్. ఇక్కడ ఎంట్రన్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఏదైతే ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుందో దిస్ పార్ట్ ఇస్ cathode. Next, the whole setup is called as discharge tube. What is B? B is discharge tube. Next, we are collecting output result across photographic plate. What is PP? PP is photographic plate. We are collecting output across the photographic plate. Now, what is the setup functioning of, what is the functioning exam? In the exam, you have to draw this diagram and explain the function. In the, according to the diagram, what is explained here? One foil is there. A pencil shape electrons is falling on the which plate? Photographic plate. And we are collecting output in the form of rings. How the output is? We are collecting output is in the form of rings like this. First ring, second ring, third ring, fourth ring, fifth ring. So output is in the form of rings is observed. Next, a number of metals, gold, platinum, aluminum are using here. And afterwards, we are calculating the diameter of the rings. So in this experiment, what we are doing in this experiment? In the figure 3.1, electron beam was restricted to narrow pencil by means of appropriate stops. Means from inside, I am sending. From here, the rays are, narrow rays are coming from the cathode side. Cathode నుంచి rays వస్తున్నాయి. Narrow rays are coming from cathode. ఎక్కడ పడుతున్నాయి narrow rays వచ్చేది? All these narrow rays are fallen anode. From there, it is single pencil-like structure, pencil-like, very sharp rays coming, which it is crossing from metal foil. After crossing from the metal foil, again it is diverged. Where we are collecting after diverging, it is collecting on a photographic plate. If you observe after photographic plate, what you will observe in this photographic plate? In this photographic plate, ring-like structure. Ring-like structure is available. So this is the diagram of the Thomson experiment. Just the description of the diagram is given in the textbook. What is this? How to draw first? Rays are coming from cathode. How to draw the diagram in the exam? Rays are coming from the cathode. Again, these rays are splitting. These rays are again passed from anode. After passing from the anode, a sharp ray is reached to metal foil. After reaching metal foil, again the rays are diverged. And all these rays are connected across the photographic plate. If you after observe the photographic plate, how your waves? Your waves are in circular rings. So this is about Thomson and Reed experiment. Suppose we are taking gold. Gold as the electron diffraction, then the value is 4.085 angstrom. Value is 4.06 angstrom. So this is about Thomson. So two experiments we discussed. One experiment we discussed is division and gamma. Next experiment we discussed is Thomson and Reed. Next we will see the principle of uncertainty principle. After this, what is given in the textbook? 3.11. 3.11. Different waves and what is energy relation equation? What is energy equation? E equal to H nu. This is energy relation equation. Next, we will see different velocities in the matter. In the matter, we have different velocities like group velocity. Another one is phase velocity. The moving particle have corresponding to the in terms of waves. Wave packet law unte, that is group waves. Another one term we have called phase. So here I am discussing two terms. What are the two terms I am calling? One is phase velocity. Another one is group velocity. Group velocity. Two types of waves we are observing. Now we will see the relation between the group velocity and phase velocity. Which is page number 54. We will see the relation between equations. We will see G equal to W minus lambda times of d omega by dw. It is a small correction in the textbook. Equal is written, that is not equal, bracket production. Suppose in this derivation part, suppose dw by d lambda equal to 0. Imagine dw by d lambda equal to 0. At that time, what we will get? G equal to 2, W we will get if dw equal d lambda equal to 0. But this is not possible. This is not possible because G is lesser than W. So we have to take dw by d lambda as some positive value. Take dw by d lambda as positive value. Then what we will get? Take the equation as it is. First equation. What is our first equation? G equal to 2 W minus lambda times of dw by d lambda. This is not equal to 0. Now multiply numerator and denominator with lambda square. To this equation, multiply numerator and denominator with lambda square to the RHS. Here I am multiplying numerator and denominator. Lambda square times of omega minus lambda times of dw by d lambda by lambda square. After multiplying, what I will get? Lambda square by omega by lambda square minus 1 by lambda times of d omega by d lambda. Take minus common, minus lambda square is equals to what I am writing, 1 by lambda times of d omega by d lambda minus omega by lambda square. So this is the equation of which one? G. Now next consider nu equal to omega by lambda. Frequency nu equal to omega lambda. And then what? And in this, I am neglecting this term. Neglect this term. After neglecting, what we have? G equal to minus lambda square times of 1 by lambda d omega by d lambda we have. D omega by d lambda we have. So this one, I am writing this as a 1 by g. If you write this as a 1 by g, lambda 1 is cancels and is 1 by lambda times of d lambda by d nu. This one I am writing as 1 by g equal to d by d nu times of d by, here you have lambda square. This one inside one will cancel. D by d nu of 1 by lambda. We will get d by d nu of 1 by lambda. Treat this as equation number 3. Next, as we know, energy relation equation. Energy relation equation, what we have? Kinetic energy, mv square is equals to E minus V. Kinetic energy equation, from this V square I am calculating, V square is equals to 2 times of E minus V by M. From here I am writing V is equals to 2 times of E minus V by M whole under root. So I calculated the value of V. Afterwards, I will take momentum formula. Momentum equal to mass into velocity. Here I am substituting P equal to M into 2 times of E minus V by M under root. So finally, momentum value I will get 2m times of E minus V whole to the power of 1 by 2. To the power of 1 by 2. So up to here, calculated the value of the momentum. Next, after calculating the moment value from de Broglie theorem, what we have? Lambda, de Broglie theorem, lambda. This is it. From de Broglie theorem, lambda equal to h by mv. In place of v, లాంబ్డా ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంపీ ప్లస్ లో మూమెంటం పీ పెట్టేసా. సో పీ మనకి ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ వచ్చేసింది. Here we got already p value. P value substitute in this. So what we will get? Lambda equal to h by under root of 2m into e minus b. This is the value of lambda. From here, I am writing 1 by lambda value. 1 by lambda value is equals to under root of 2m into e minus b by h. So here we got 1 by lambda. So here we have 1 by g equation. So this is equation number 4. Whatever I calculated 1 by lambda, ఏదైతే 1 by lambda calculate చేశానో, that is here h. ఏదైతే ఇక్కడ equation calculate చేశానో, this is equation number 4. Bring this lambda and substitute in this equation 3. What is equation 3? Minus 1 by g equal to 2. Now I will do continuation part. Two equations we have. Based on two equation, I will simplify further. What we have? 1 by g equal to 2. General equation, what we got? 1 by g equal d by d nu of 1 by lambda. This 1 by g వచ్చింది. And మనకు already calculated 1 by lambda value also. 1 by lambda, what we calculated? 2m into e minus v by h. After substituting, this is equation number 4, you take. This is equation number you take. So substitute, next is substitute 4 in 3. Substitute equation number 4 in 3. After substituting 4 in 3, we get 1 by g is equals to d by d nu of 2m into e minus v by h whole root. From here, in 1 by lambda, root is not for h. Small correction. Small correction. What we got? 1 by g. We got 1 by g we got is we got 1 by g equal to 1 by h times of d by d nu times of 2m times of e minus v. After substituting 1 by lambda value, from the previous equation, what we got 1 by lambda, after substituting only, we directly substituted. From this, differentiate. In place of e, I am substituting 1 by h equal to 2 d by dv of 2m into e equal to 2 h nu minus velocity v all to the power of 1 by 2. Now you differentiation with respect to nu, what you will get? 2mh by h. We have formula x to the power of 1 by 2 differentiation into 1 by 2 x to the power of 1 by 2 minus 1 kada. So manaki em vastundi 1 by 2 x to the power of minus 1 by 2 vastundi. That method I am here applying. I'm applying that method. After applying that method, so 1 by 2 times of 1 by h times of 2m h 2m times of h nu minus v whole to the power of minus 1 by 2. After differentiation, 2 will cancel, h is cancelled. After that, what we got? We got 1 by g value is equals to m times of 2m times of h nu minus v whole to the power of minus 1 by 2. Whole to the power of minus 1 by 2 got. So this one I am writing 1 by g equal to m by 2m times of h nu minus v whole to the power of 1 by 2. Cancels and 1 m is left. M is writing as a root m into root m by under root of 2m times of h nu minus v. 1 root m, another root m will cancel. So we will get final answer. So final answer is equals to m by 2 times of h nu minus v whole to the power of 1 by 2. Whole to the power of 1 by 2. So this is the formula of 1 by g. So we got the formula of 1 by g. So from this equation, 1 by g is directly proportional to 1 by nu, which implies g is directly proportional to nu. This is the final conclusion. So group velocity is directly proportional with the particle wave velocity. This g represents group velocity, nu represents particles wave velocity. Group velocity is directly proportional to particle wave velocity. So this is about relation between group velocity. So we completed the relation between group velocity and particle velocity. The derivation is already in this textbook. Just refer differentiation and we got final derivation part. After this one, the next topic is relation between group velocity and phase velocity. Now we will see, I will write this side only. Relation between group velocity and phase velocity, we will see what is the formula W equal to frequency nu times of lambda. We have to calculate value of nu and value of W and substitute both we will get. First, I am writing value of lambda. What is the formula for lambda? Lambda equal to mg. This is second equation. Next topic is relation between group velocity and phase velocity. Next topic is relation between phase velocity and relation between phase velocity and group velocity. We will see. Here we have formula W equal to frequency nu times of lambda. But we know what is lambda. Lambda equal to, I am taking h by mg. Substitute to this one. So lambda equal to frequency, omega equal to frequency, nu lambda, okay, equation. No? Lambda equal to h by mg. Second equation. Next, నేను ఇప్పుడు frequency కనుక్కోవాలి. What is frequency formula? In general, we have E equal to h nu, which implies frequency nu enti E by h. ఇక్కడ EH ని నేను కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. This one I am taking kinetic energy of mv square by h. So what I will get? mv square by 2h వచ్చేసి. mv square by 2h. In place of v, I am substituting g. So what I will get? E equal to mg square by 2h. So this is equation number 3. Substitute 2 and 3. ఎందులో substitute చేయాలి? In 1, we get 3 and 2 in 1. మనకు 1 equation ఏంటి? Lambda equal to nu lambda. So this is not E, this is nu. This is nu. So W equal to nu times of lambda. ఇక్కడ మనకు nu ఏమొచ్చింది? mv square. mg square by 2h వచ్చింది న్యూ వాల్యూ. లాంబ్డా వాల్యూ ఏమొచ్చింది? h by mg వచ్చింది. m will cancel. g and other g will cancel. So, no. Small correction in this. What we got new we got mg square by 2h into what I got lambda h by m times of g. 1 m cancel, 1 g, another will g cancel. So w equal to I got g w equal to g by 2. What is w here? W is wave velocity. Here W is what is G? G represents groove velocity. So finally we calculate the relation between W by G. So just I will conclude once again this one. What we did here, W equal to nu lambda. Substitute the value of nu, substitute చేయాలి. New value substitute చేయాలి, lambda value substitute చేయాలి. Substitute చేసాక మనకు final గా ఏమొచ్చింది? W equal to G by 2. So this W equal to G by 2 is which calculation? We calculated phase velocity and wave velocity relationship. Next, we will see uncertainty principle. Next, we will see uncertainty principle. Topic 3.13. Topic is 3.13. Page number 59. Page number 59. What is uncertainty principle? Uncertainty principle is delta E uncertainty principle is delta E into time period. Delta T is equal to H, where E is the uncertainty in energy. What is delta E? Delta is uncertainty in energy. Uncertainty in energy. Next, delta T is uncertainty in time period. So uncertainty principle formula is delta E into delta T equal to H. And also we have delta X into, in terms of momentum, delta P is lesser than or equal to H. Uncertainty in the momentum and uncertainty in the position. Uncertainty is the function. So this is the of uncertainty principle. Mm. Next, what is this uncertainty principle actually? So in this almost derivation parts is completed. Yesterday we completed off part of the Compton effect derivation part. Now we will see this complete derivation of Compton effect. Compton effect derivation part, a little bit is left. We completed this derivation part. We completed this one. Relation between the phase velocity and group velocity is also completed. Next is concept of matter waves is left. What is this concept of matter wave here? E equal to h nu. As we know, E equal to h nu. Here, momentum is writing in terms of E by C. Uncertainty, relative uncertainty is representing in terms of E by C. E by C whole square equal P square plus M naught C square here I am taking. And suppose here I imagine that this M naught equal to 0. If M naught equal to 0, what we will get equation? E by C whole square is equals to only P square I will get. From that, what I will write to P equal to E by C. Momentum equal to E by C. This momentum P equal to E by C, I am substituting in where? In from equation 1. What is equation 1? E equal to h nu kada. E plus lo h nu. I am substituting P equal to E by C. But what is E? H nu by C. Momentum P equal to h nu by C. What is C again? H nu by C equal to nu lambda. Nu completed. So I got P equal to h by lambda. From there I calculated lambda. Lambda equal to h by P. Here P I am writing as mv. So we will get lambda equal to h by mv. What is the formula? De Broglie wavelength lambda formula equal to h by mv. So what we got? De Broglie wavelength lambda formula was lambda formula equal to h by mv. Suppose h అనేది Planck's constant at the 6.6 into 10 to the power of minus 34 తీసుకున్నా. Mass of the electron substitute చేస్తున్నా. 9.1 into 10 power of minus 31. ఇంకోటి velocity. Suppose some velocity is 4.078 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Imagine we substitute చేస్తే మనకు de Broglie wavelength ఎంత వచ్చింది? 1.77 angstroms వచ్చింది. So what we calculated in this topic? We calculated de Broglie wavelength. Concept of matter wave. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాటర్ వేవ్ లో మనం de Broglie wavelength లాంబ్డాని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. Again, I am repeating. ఇక్కడ మనం here we are writing the relationship between the energy, momentum and m naught. using which equation? E by c whole square equal to p square of m naught c square. ఇక్కడ m naught టర్మ్ ని 0 పెట్టేసినాం, అప్పుడు e by c ఈక్వల్ టు p వచ్చేసింది. బట్ మనకి ఏం తెలుసు, ఈ అంటే హెచ్ న్యూ కదా, హెచ్ న్యూ బై సి చేసేసి ఫైనల్ గా లాంబ్డా వాల్యూ ఇస్ క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్. Yesterday we started derivation of Compton effect, a lengthy derivation. Now we will see that Compton effect derivation part. Compton effect derivation, up to momentum we calculated. Now we will recall up from the momentum, and from there again we will discuss. What is the relation, conservation of collision relation బట్టి మనం ఇక్కడ సైడ్ కి రాస్తాను. మనం ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఎట్లా ఫ్రేమ్ చేసినాం, ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఏం రాసినాం మనం ఎస్టర్డే, హెచ్ న్యూ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు హెచ్ న్యూ టీటా ప్లస్ ఆఫ్ ఎంవి స్క్వేర్. ఇందులో ఫస్ట్ విచ్ పార్ట్ ఐఎమ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటింగ్, ఐఎమ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటింగ్ ద పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ హాఫ్ ఎంవి స్క్వేర్. ఈ హాఫ్ ఎంవి స్క్వేర్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి ఇందులో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసి పెట్టాలి. ఎస్టర్డే ఈక్వేషన్ కాంప్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ కొంచెం డిరైవ్ చేస్తున్నాము, అది కంక్లూడ్ చేద్దాము. స్టార్టింగ్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ చెప్పేసి ఎట్లా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలో ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ద మెథడ్ ఇన్ దిస్. సో ఈ పార్ట్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుంది మనకి. సో ఈ కాంప్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ లో ఫస్ట్ మనం ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసినాం, మనం డెరివేషన్ పార్ట్. కాంప్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ లో ఫస్ట్ మనం డెరివేషన్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసాం. In this Compton effect, we started derivation from here. H nu naught is equals to H nu theta plus half mv square. Half mv square just now. Next, calculating only half mv square equation. ఈ half mv square equation calculate చేయాలంటే what we have to do? Half mv square is equals to mc square minus m naught c square తీసుకోండి. మాస్ ఫార్ములా సబ్స్టిట్యూటింగ్ ఇన్ దిస్. మాస్ ఫార్ములా ఏంటి, m naught by under root of 1 minus v square by c square. ఇది రాసి పక్కన c square రాసి m naught c square రాయాలి. నెక్స్ట్ m naught c square కామన్ చేయండి. m naught c square కామన్ చేస్తే 1 minus under root of 1 minus v square by c square వచ్చింది. ఇది ఒక మొత్తం మైనస్ m naught c square వచ్చేసి. నెక్స్ట్ అగైన్ మేడ్ కామన్ m naught c square కామన్ చేస్తే 1 minus under root of 1 minus v square by c square minus 1 వచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు ఈ హోల్ టర్మ్ ని ఐఎమ్ ఇమాజిన్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ k. దెన్ వాట్ విల్ గెట్ ఆన్సర్, m naught c square టైమ్స్ ఆఫ్ k minus 1. ఇది దేనికి వచ్చింది మనకి, డెరివేషన్ పార్ట్, హాఫ్ mv square derivation part we got. This half mv square derivation part, where we have to substitute this one, go and substitute in this equation. After substituting the main equation, just key concept I will explain. H nu naught equal to H nu of theta plus half mv square, what we got, m naught c square times of k minus 1. ఇక్కడ వరకు వచ్చింది కదా. నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేయాలి, ఎనర్జీ ఇది సపరేట్గా ఇది పక్కన పెట్టేసేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఏంటి, ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంసీ స్క్వేర్ విచ్ is equal to h nu, which is equal to hc by lambda. So equating these two terms, mc square is equal to hc by lambda. C, this is cancelled. What we got, mc equal to h by lambda. mc equal to h by lambda. From this, MC I am writing as HC by H nu by C. Lambda place లో nu by C పెడుతున్నాను. Next what we got? ఈ MCని నేను మూమెంట్, I will treat this as a momentum. So P equal to, if MC I take P equal to H nu by C. P equal to E by C. This is the formula of momentum. Or P equal to E by C or H by lambda or H nu by C. First momentum calculation we have to do. After doing momentum calculation, take horizontal direction and vertical direction of the momentum equation. ఈ momentum equation ని horizontal direction లో vertical direction లో రాసుకోవాలి. In horizontal direction, horizontal direction లో momentum equation ఏంటి? H nu naught by C equal to H nu theta by C times of cos theta plus m naught kv cos phi. ఇది హారిజంటల్ డైరెక్షన్. ఈ హారిజంటల్ డైరెక్షన్ లోనే m naught k ని m అనుకుంటున్నాను. H nu naught is equals to H nu theta. C ని అక్కడ పక్క క్రాస్ మల్టిప్లై I will do cos theta plus m naught k ని m అనుకుంటున్నాను. m C v cos phi. Next, from this I am writing m C v cos phi is equals to H nu naught minus H nu theta times of cos theta. This is the equation for horizontal. Next, I will take vertical. Again, a vertical, I will calculate the same method. Now, next is vertical. In vertical, what we will get? Vertical equation is LHS is 0 is equals to H nu theta by C times of sin theta plus m naught kv of sin phi. This one I am writing H nu theta of sin theta is equals to m naught k ni m అనుకుంటున్నాను. M v c sin phi minus sin. Next, these two equations, squaring and adding. Squaring and adding చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు దీనికి మనకు ఒక ఈక్వేషన్, one equation what we have in across LHS, I am rearranging terms. MVC sin phi vertical term ఏమొచ్చింది? minus H nu theta times of sin theta. Next, cos term MVC cos phi equal to H nu naught minus H nu theta times of cos theta. Squaring and adding both sides, LHS we will get m square v square c square is equals to something. I will show that one, a bigger equation. Try to complete this one. We are seeing Compton effect. In Compton effect, up to where derivation is completed. One is in terms of cos equation we got, in terms of sin equation we got. After adding, I got this equation number 11. Equation number 11 we got. Next, what I did, previous equation we have. What is previous equation? This one, equation number 1, not 1, equation 2. Equation 2, what we have, of mv square equal to m naught c square minus 1. From that, I got equation number 4. Now I will simplify only equation number 4. Simplification of equation number 4. 4 is done here. Simplification of equation number 4. And LHS I got m square c to the power of 4. Now what I am doing? I am taking two equations. Which equation? 11th equation and 12th equation. Finally, what is 12th equation? Hmm. 12th equation. By simplifying, I got this equation and these two are subtracting. After subtracting these two, I got derivation part. What is the final answer? Final answer is equal to the final step of the Compton effect is equals to this one. This is the final equation of the Compton effect. After simplifying, I got formula delta of lambda equal to h by m naught c. This is even in the textbook. Delta naught equal to h by m naught c of 1 minus cos theta. So this is the final formula of which one? This is the final formula of Compton effect. So almost all topics is covered in block 2 unit 3. In next class, we will see Schrodinger wave equation. Again, in the Schrodinger wave equation, I will start in the next class. We have time dependent Schrodinger equation. Another one is time independent Schrodinger equation and its applications. We will see in the next class. Just a small recap of what we discussed. Small recap of what we discussed. We discussed photoelectric effect. We discussed, just we will see the index part once, whatever we discussed. From yesterday, in two classes, we completed photoelectric effect. We completed photoelectric effect with this metal foil, photocathode, two electrodes, primary electrode, secondary electrode, UV rays is falling, and description of the diagram. Here we saw the derivation part. Next, again in the Compton effect, we have derivation part, and light acts as a dual nature. Then we will saw the concept of matter. In concept of matter, what we discussed? In concept of matter, we discussed lambda equal to h by p. In concept of matter, we discussed lambda equal to h by p. In concept of matter, I discussed lambda equal to h by p. Next, division grammar experiment we completed, Thomson and Reed experiment completed, and uncertainty principle delta E into delta T equal to h. And why we are getting uncertainty. And we completed both the relation of group velocity as well as phase velocity, and relation between group velocity and phase velocity. Here, the first one is group velocity, particle velocity relation చూసాము. Next, group velocity, phase velocity is also completed. Just a small problem I will show you in the exam how you will get problem question. An example problem we will see. This problem is based on photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect formula? H nu equal to work function plus of mv square. Based on this one, check the data what is given. Another formula you can write h nu equal to h nu naught plus of mv square. First, we have to know the formula and observe the data what is given. As per the data and formula, you can complete this one.